Hi, I'm Jason Carter, and I am sick and tired of Apple products.
And I'm Stephen McCollum. I'm sick and tired of owners and coaches and players clapping back on each other all the time.
Main Event Podcast, it's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
You have fun at the game?
Oh, yeah, it was so exciting. They scored the winning hit right at the buzzer.
I think he wants to come inside Utley.
He doesn't always go down.
Got a very pure art to that stroke, isn't it? Yeah, it's one to copy.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Put your testicles in the C gap.
Welcome to the Main Event Podcast, episode number 35. Jason Carter, along with Steve Cohen.
Hello.
Coming off the heels of what would have been a beautiful Suns victory, turned out to not be because, well, hey, that's the hashtag Los Suns for you right there. Anyway, do make sure you follow us on the social media. We are on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast by typing that in the search bar. Then you hit us up on Twitter at The Main Event Pod. Hit me up individually on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JasonCarter03. And you also hit up Steven at
SMAC500, SMAC
500. And that is on all three platforms as well. And make sure you share us, like us, rate us, do all that stuff, as we are on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean. So can't thank the fine folks at Spotify enough for having us on.
And, of course, GestaltProduction.com. Everything is on there, and you don't need apps or anything to listen or view or whatever you want to do.
And you can do a cheater link. Just go to themaineventpodcast.com, and boom, there it is. It just pulls up right for you. So we're everywhere.
And our podcast is done. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Yeah, we're done. We got a busy day. But no, we do have a busy day, but we'll get more than that a little bit later on. But busy night last night in the sports realm, of course, out here in Arizona. We had a couple of games that we were keeping tabs on. We weren't really keeping tabs on the Suns-Celtics game. It was on at the bar, and I was like, hey, man, check it out. Suns are up by like 25 points. I'm probably going to win this game. That's crazy. And I was like, maybe the Celtics are on like a road back-to-back. I don't know like what's going on.
I remember I was asking that. I was like, are the Celtics on a road back? I was like, Haywood's first game's back tonight, so maybe they have a chemistry problem.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out why it wasn't working.
And they were just sleeping there until the fourth quarter, where they came back, tied it late, and took it to overtime, and then eventually won. And I guess maybe the Suns got booed off the court. I don't know. I still think they over-exaggerated that this week. But also had the Phoenix.
You were there.
Also had the Phoenix Rising last night, falling in the championship game in the USL Championship. USL Cup.
The cups in soccer.
The cup.
There's cups.
There's cups in soccer.
Cup. USL Cup.
Do soccer players wear cups?
No. Because that's one of the secret tactics is like when you're like in like running with somebody or whatever, you just tap them.
Nut tap them?
Keep running. Yeah, and then they go down.
Jeez, that's dirty.
Soccer players are dirty, man. Like, people don't know that. They're the dirtiest people on the planet, man. They do some shady stuff in there. You think football players in a scrum are bad.
Dirty.
Yeah. That's the only reason I played soccer growing up.
Because you like nut tapping?
Yeah, never mind.
You like grabbing balls?
That wasn't going where I wanted it to.
He loved giving headers and tapping the nuts of opposing players.
T-shirt.
And by headers, I mean blowjobs. That'd be a cool name for her, right? You ever go to a girl, hey girl, give me a header. All right, well, we got 3 minutes in. We've already lost it. Lost it.
I don't even know where to go. Yeah, thanks for listening. There goes the ratings right there.
There go the ratings.
There goes the ratings.
We went from dozens to Baker's dozen.
What was the final score on that USL Cup game last night against Louisville City FC?
Louisville. All right, we're calling you Louisville. You don't call a Louisville Slugger a Louisville Slugger. All right, so shut up, you people from Louisville. They get all butthurt when somebody says Louisville.
They said Louisville so much last night that I was like, oh my god, if I had to call this game, I'd be like breaking out in hives like constantly. I would just refer to them as like LCFC like the whole night because like
right. It wasn't bad. It was 1-0 game.
I know it was 1-0 last I saw.
Yeah, it was 1-0 is what it finished out.
With like 10 minutes to go. So.
Finished out. So I mean, it was a good game. Louisville, they scored their one goal that they had. There was a few. They had just a lot of rebounds that they were getting, and there was like a corner kick. I believe it was a corner kick, or it might have been a free kick. But
are you saying quarter?
Corner.
Okay,
Corner kick.
I'm like, it's a corner kick, dude.
But they just couldn't.
Well, I mean,
Phoenix just couldn't clear it out. So
the Rising had their opportunities. A lot of balls they could have put on net that went high, wide, around, left, right, everywhere but where they wanted to target at. No power behind it. So, but you know what? It's good for a little small USL league that nobody's heard of before, and all of a sudden, like these last couple years, some like billionaire buys the team, and now everybody hears of them. They get their own little small stadium.
These last couple of weeks, we kind of went all in. We almost went to we frequent Venezio's, which is a main sponsor of theirs, and we see Phoenix Rising T-shirts. We almost bought one. But
yesterday we were like, where do we get our Phoenix Rising swag? And Jason's all Venezio's.
Let's go to Venezzi's. We get a big ZD and some Phoenix Rising gear.
We're probably not even like saying their name right. We're probably insulting them because they can never say their name right either. So.
Is it not Venezio's?
I don't know. Venezio's? It's an A at the end.
An S apostrophe. I don't know.
Oh my god. Then hey, sponsor us and we'll learn your name.
Hey, so speaking of the pot, this is kind of a landmark episode for us.
Landmark?
Is that the right word?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, so back in March, we decided we were actually rained out from a dirt track, and we decided to, you know what, let's just go buy some microphones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sit in front of the computer and talk for a little bit, and that was NASCAR weekend out at PIR,
yeah.
And now it's NASCAR weekend at ISM, which is the track formerly known as PIR.
It was known as ISM last year in April too.
Oh, was it
March.
ISM too?
Yeah, it was ISM. Because remember, I kept getting those tweets and like the Facebook ads and the emails, and it's like, buy your tickets to the race coming up, and I'm like, why am I getting ISM? Because when I with my old life, I used to have to buy NASCAR tickets like in other cities, so you get on their emailing list.
Oh yeah, so that was like Indy.
So I'm like, why do I keep? What is this ISM track thing? Because I remember that. And you're like, that's the new PIR, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting all these emails to buy tickets. But anyway.
Well, now it looks completely different because last time we were there, they had grandstands on the front. Well, on the front stretch, which is now technically the back stretch, and they had start-finish line out there. But now the start-finish line's coming out turn one, going to the dog leg. So some exciting stuff.
Really quick, going back to the Suns. I don't mean to digress to that, but I'm trying to find the tweet. I saw a tweet where somebody ESPN does the probability win deal.
Yeah, that was like what 98%.
No, yeah, but it was like with a minute and a half, like a minute to go, it was 99.3% because the Suns were up by like 8 or 6 or 8 or something. 99.3. So
I looked up with a minute left. I was like, yeah, there's like 7 minutes left in this game. Or there's like, they're up by 7 right now with like a minute left. And then I look up, I was like, Suns are going to blow this game. He's like, what's the score? It's like,
you were like, they're down by 3 with...
No, it's like they're down by 1. And then
that's right.
They fouled whoever.
They were up by... Suns were up by 1.
Yeah.
And they had the ball, yeah. And then they fouled them, so they hit the 2 to be up by 3. Yeah, that's what happened.
And then Morris came in and said, hey... Not so fast.
Yeah, it was just funny. Somebody screenshotted the ESPN deal where, it's like 99.3% chance they're going to win the game. Whoops. I was never good at statistics, but that obviously was wrong.
60% of statistics are made up.
No, really?
Yes.
That's why 80% of short putts don't go in.
95% of
80% of the time, it works 60% of the time.
100% of the time, it works 60%
of the time.
It is?
Black Panther.
You know they say.
If you're not getting these references, God help you.
God help you.
Anyway, now back to the other thing. I just wanted to, because I found it funny and I couldn't find it anywhere, that was the case. But nobody cares about the Suns, other than the fact they blew a big lead to the Celtics last night.
I can't wait to listen to the radio today because I know people are going to be up in arms. It's like, come on, guys, you know what the Suns are, right? Like,
well, we have a long drive today, so we'll have plenty of radio.
And you know what else we can do on that long drive? There's a brand new Zach Morris's trash video that just came out.
Check that out.
I just got that update from Facebook. One thing I didn't get an update for, though, and I haven't been getting them lately, is from Apple. Why hasn't Apple informed me that I have update settings? Or I have, like, updates that are available? So last night...
I'll answer that for you, actually.
I usually get the notification, hey, man, new update's out. hit it up. And I don't even see people even posting about these new updates on Twitter anymore. People used to always post about the new updates. There are some brand new emojis that just came out in the latest update. I just found out last night because somebody sent me one of them. And I was like, what the hell is that emoji? You didn't get the new update? I was like, no. Oh my God, there's a new update. It's like, what the heck? So I update my phone, update my computer, and now I got all this stuff, but it's like Apple used to tell me when the update was.
That update was several weeks ago too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think I did it 2 weeks ago.
How come you didn't tell me?
Remember when I was I apologize. I didn't realize I had to inform you on phone updates.
Ooh, check out that emoji. That's a new one.
Remember when I was trying to get all the pictures off my phone so I could have some space for an update? That was the update. What was that, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So what they do is because they want to stagger the updates. So if you do automatic updates, it does it, you basically quote unquote put in a line. So if you do your standard deal, so if you have automatic updates on, it would have eventually have done it. I'm surprised it didn't do it by now.
I used to get the notifications on my old phone.
Because mine popped up and said, when I was doing it, on my iPad, it popped up and said there's a new Apple update. You want to download it now? But my phone automatically downloaded it, and I just had to install it. I just didn't have the space. So blame Apple because you don't have automatic. So
I used to do the beta.
Let me get this straight. You're upset that you haven't had the 30 new ridiculous emojis download on your phone when it came out. You're behind the times and you haven't been able to send them.
Yeah, look, they have a
volleyball one.
No, I think it's a hot face. It looks like an angry face, but it's a hot with sweat and the tongue sticking out. I like this little eyes one. It kind of looks like a.
Did you know the one that everybody?
Cat.
You know the one that everybody thinks is praying is a high five. It's not even it's not a praying one. It's a high five one.
Yeah.
So people don't even know what these emojis are, and everybody's so excited about them.
Well, because they have that one that actually has the clap, which is the two hands clapping.
Great. Jason, you have the clap. Congratulations.
Well, no, you got to have the clap triangles on it.
Yeah.
You don't have the clap triangles on the praying one. That's where we.
No, I'm telling you, I saw a big thing on it about emojis people think are wrong, and that was the big one. That's a high five, not prayer.
And now we have a tooth emoji, a foot emoji, a leg emoji.
Because I have wanted to use a teeth emoji.
Tooth fairy coming up.
Teeth paste.
Sorry, Colgate. Well, no. So I was going through my emojis last night, and I had a female over, and she goes. Before she prompts me, I say, "Don't ask why all my emojis are black." And she goes, "That's your thing."
Wow. Just use your imagination, folks, on why that's a funny joke.
Use your imagination on why that is a funny joke.
Jason is all of a sudden seeing color. Everything he does, he double thinks it.
You should have seen it in color. Is that a Blues Brother? There's a Blues Brother emoji. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of emojis.
Jason,
I was not aware of these emojis.
I'm assuming we don't have very many 12-year-old girls listening to this right now about your emojis. Do that on another podcast.
Right,
Nobody cares about emojis. We're not 12-year-old girls.
All right, well, I don't know what else they came out with in this update, but the new emojis are fire. They got a pirate flag, too, for all you Kenny Chesney lovers. So
hell yeah.
When you go to a Kenny Chesney concert...
Shoes Nation, baby!
Look, when you go to a Kenny Chesney concert, you can Snapchat, you can post your foot emoji with your pirate flag.
Those moon ones are pretty bad.
Yeah, they do. Pretty sweet
awesome.
moon ones, yeah.
Let's just convert this to an emoji.
Yeah. Hey guys.
That's good. That's good for radio.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all like emojis? Check it out. We have.
You see all these emojis I'm sending you right now? Oh, we're on radio.
The only thing I don't like about the emojis is that you have to go all the way to the end to get the American flag. That should be
No, you don't, Jason.
Flag.
Down at the bottom right here, you can just click on this to quickly go through them.
You have to hit the flag, but then the American flag is all the way at the end of the flags.
No, it's not.
Dude, it's right there. Look at all the rows that you have to go through before you get to the American
Are they alphabetical?
Flag. I don't know, but American flag should be number one.
If you knew...
Best country.
If you knew...
No, it's alphabetical because there's the white flag. Then there's the gay flag. They have the pride flag number one.
Pride flag's not number one.
Well, number... whatever. Number 5. It's alphabetical.
They have United Nations. Then they have Albania, Albakistan, Armenia. I'm trying to think of country names.
Yeah, they have way too many flags.
It's
alphabetical. I'm waiting for the Texas flag.
It's alphabetical order, by the way. These are all A countries, and then Britain. Yeah, so.
Well, why
they're
is the
there.
pride flag there? That's not an A country.
It's not a country, Jason.
It's a anal.
Pride is.
anal country. Oh, time to come on, that was good.
That one should be on planet Uranus.
Oh, he comes back. Good clap back. Good clap back. Indeed.
What is going on?
What is going on?
So anyway,
it's
we
way too
are
early to be
headed-
doing podcasts. That's for sure.
we are headed out to ISM Racer here in a bit for the truck race today. Watch some qualifying and practice today this afternoon.
NASCAR weekend.
Yeah, for
Big
Xfinity.
weekend. Opening weekend for ISM is what they're calling it. Opening weekend because they have the new track layout. They got the new grandstands, the new suites, the new whole shish kebab up there, man. It's going
The
to be
new
fun.
infield we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to get to see the new infield. We're going to get to hang out with the peasants who can only see that certain part of the infield. Be like, oh, this is cool. And we'll take pictures like, hey, check out this cool little thing. We'll tweet it out and all that stuff. And then we'll go get into the real stuff with the boys and hang out with our friends and fams. I think I'm going to rock the Stenhouse World of Outlaw hat today.
Ooh.
That's what I'm... The old Stenhouse Marshall Racing.
Yeah, because it's practice today. We'll probably
it's
see
pretty
him running
solid.
around. Because last time I saw him was Vegas when we were there. What was that?
Oh, years ago. That's back when he
3-4
was
years
still
ago?
plowing Danica.
Yeah, that was the one when Danica was all mad after practice, and
Yeah.
she was all like, "Oh, I'll talk to you in just a minute," and then like she got all mad and was throwing stuff, and I walked off because I was like, "I'm not going to deal with this."
And then she's just sitting in there. And Ricky's all like, oh, yeah, well, after Vegas, we'll come out to ET. We'll watch the world. Because the Outlaws race was on a Sunday that year. He's like, yeah, I don't see why we can't go out and watch the World of Outlaws on Sunday. And she's like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to take me to another dirt track
I just
now?
remember like her crew. She had like the light blue sponsor, and her crew was all just standing there like staring, like and she's like mad and like doing whatever. And I'm just like, I'm gonna walk off. So I went and talked to Chase Elliott for a little bit.
No, was that the night where we went to the dirt track?
Yeah.
And this
did.
limousine pulls up, and these like 4 hot chicks get
Yeah.
out with like 50 pizzas.
Yep.
And we're like, the fuck are y'all carrying pizzas for?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was that trip where we did the dirt track. We rolled into town, went to the dirt track that night. That was when Clausen passed
Clausen,
somebody and
passed
turned 4.
Steve, no, Bacon.
I think it was Bacon.
Yeah.
And turned 4 and squeezed by him to win it. And then we did that night. And then we did Xfinity the next day. You worked on that race crew.
Yeah,
That's what it
I
was.
was helping out Carl Long and
So
the team.
you were over there working with those guys. And I was roaming the Vegas track there by myself and everything during practice while you were working over there. Then I came over and hung out with you guys. And then Sunday we actually... remember that was that windy one where...
Yeah, where it was like super windy. I remember there was that caution, and it was like super windy on the back straightaway.
Yeah.
And we were like, why are they playing like music and stuff? Like, we're like, I have no idea. Like, we had no idea what was going on. Our radio wasn't working.
Yeah,
Just like the wind
yeah.
and everything. We're like, oh, this is
Like you were
terrible.
literally standing like by the pit crews because we're. Was that the one we saw?
That was when the wind like came and knocked off like
Yeah, that's what it was.
Keselowski's, like,
Yeah, they were blowing. That's what I was like.
The
We were
top
standing
of it?
somewhere and like, yeah, it's like they were tearing down their raised pit boxes with all their TVs and what they monitor everything on. They were tearing those down because the wind was taking it down. Yeah, that was it.
And there was like stuff like flying at us, like, here guys, take it. We're like getting parachuted back, like, oh.
It's like, what in the world? Yeah, so yeah, we'll see how today goes with that. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see the track. So we'll take pictures and put it up on the the main event page, and then I'm taking the DSL today to get some solid pictures of it because it's not going to be very busy today. It won't be all crowded. So Sunday's sold out, so Sunday's going to be a pain in the butt to get good pictures without 1,000 people in them. So.
Yeah,
I know.
The one thing about NASCAR, you always gotta when you do take a picture, you always gotta make sure you show your beer label out,
Well, a lot of people don't do that, right?
and you gotta
You gotta have your logo of the hat of the team you're wearing.
Yeah.
You gotta have your shirt on, right? Whatever bag you got. You gotta have your koozie out too.
Yeah, you gotta have your koozie out with your
and you gotta
beer.
have your headphones on with your cord to your radio.
And since you're a NASCAR fan, you gotta keep it classy. You gotta throw a bird up or something.
yeah,
like that. That's like
exactly. Smile, your missing teeth smile.
that is what's your
If you're-
classic
if
NASCAR
you're-
pose? Beer koozie, cold beer up to the lips with a finger.
If you're a girl, you gotta lower your shirt and show us which driver signed your boob.
Yeah, only spaghetti straps, right? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be
tube tops.
It's gonna be, well, I guess it's gonna be like 75.
It's gonna be a little chilly tonight.
But it's gonna be chilly in the
We're going to the
mountains, so
concert.
people are
There's a
gonna
concert afterwards. Harry Luge, a Arizona native. We get to go watch him do some cover band songs. Cover songs?
cover band songs.
Cover songs?
At the Roll Bar.
At the Roll. I don't know. It's called something else now.
No, it's the Roll Bar.
Oh, is it?
But
they changed, it's like the Bush, right?
Yeah. No.
No, it used to be the Speed Cantina.
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
like the Roll.
Yeah. Well, it's the Roll Bar, and it's a permanent building now. It's not that tent.
Well, no, they got two different ones. They have the Speed Cantina.
And then
they have
the old one was the Bush whatever. That's
Yeah.
not called the Bush whatever, but that's still there too. So.
Okay, so I just got confirmation here on this update. If you send a new emoji to somebody who does not have
It's like
the
a square
update,
box.
yeah, it shows up the
I know.
square box. So now I have to go check out this Jimmy Johnson tweet from this week. Speaking of NASCAR,
because you couldn't see.
Because Jimmy Johnson posted, I was like, "Why is that a square box?" Like Jimmy Johnson fucking around with androids.
Yeah.
So now I gotta go back and see what this emoji meant.
Did you see?
Oh, speaking of the devil, Chris is calling me. Should I answer this on air? I'll get that later. Probably left something back at the office, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's RV credentials or something, so we can go get them for him and have passes for the weekend.
Yeah, Budweiser Roll Bar, what up? Free booze. Free booze.
Heck yes. So did you see all these coaches and players and owners clapping back at each other, as the youngins say?
Clap back. I love your use of clap back.
I know. It's I'm on a roll today, and I don't know where I got it from. I haven't heard that at all. So.
Do you ever, like, that's what they do, like, with the, like, Twitter? They're like, you really suck. Clap emoji. Like, they just...
Oh, my God. You have a totally different Twitter than I have.
Like, apparently I do. I don't know.
I commented on a thing today, a political post today.
Somebody clap back at you?
Oh my God, I have like 45 notifications on my phone. I'm scared to look. It's going to be awesome. I might have fun on the hour and a half long drive out to
There you go.
ISM today. But, so, you know, you had John Mara going after ODB earlier in the year after the interview and how he wishes he would play better, not talk more. You had, Steelers and Le'Veon Bell situation going on back and forth, or Le'Veon Bell always has to respond to players or his coaches or the owners. And now you got Rams Marcus Peters, who's not happy with Sean Payton's post-game remarks. So, they played last weekend. It was a pretty awesome game.
It was a tight game. Like, it was the game of the week. We said it would be, and sure enough, it was. Saints edged them out there late in the game there at home. So, I mean, looking forward to that NFC title game, which is probably what it's going to be. And
I mean, he said, they were going, quote, Sean Payton said, quote, they were going to travel Marcus to him, and that was fine by us, meaning the Saints receiver. He said, quote, we thought we really liked that matchup a lot, unquote. So then Peters, starts flipping out because, they thought it was a good matchup, right? And he voiced the opinion. Right. So then Marcus Peters says, quote, tell Sean Payton to keep talking that shit. We're going to see him soon. You feel me? Because I like what he was saying on the sidelines too. So tell him to keep talking that shit. I hope he sees me soon. You feel me? Then we're going to have a nice little bowl of gumbo together, unquote. And it's just like, my God, like how sensitive are we nowadays where coaches are going after players publicly, players are going after coaches publicly, owners are going after coaches, Jerry Jones, goes after people. And it's just like, my God, people, like, what are we, a bunch of sensitive, I mean, Marcus, it was publicized, so that's why, but I mean, it was obvious in that game that Marcus Peters was getting picked on because he actually blew a long 72-yard pass, I believe it was.
And that went right over. That was just the dime that Brees dropped. I mean, you could have scripted that one better.
Yeah, so like what's Marcus Peters mad about? Because they found a matchup they exploited and they talked about it after the game, after they picked on him all game. Like, it just drives me batty. I can't take all this, For Marcus Peters, just shut your mouth and move on with your day because you got exploited. 72-yard touchdown pass. What are you trying to prove here? Like, oh man, I'm not as bad as you say I am. Well, you didn't prove it in that game, So,
right.
Just driving me nuts how all these people, because it used to be where owners and coaches didn't talk about other players and stuff like that, partly because they wanted them on the team, but then too, you don't want to make somebody mad stupidly, you know?
You don't want to give them bulletin board material. I know a lot of teams, they always say, like, we don't read the bulletin board. They do. Like, you read the bulletin board. Like, there's a lot of teams that do it. There's a lot of teams, like, you can say, oh, no, we don't pay attention to any of that stuff, you know? Like, they're paying attention to it, which is why they're talking.
Not just that, but Marcus Peters now, you know, you're giving him extra motivation because they're gonna meet in the playoffs possibly, and it could be in the NFC Championship game, right? So you're giving Marcus Peters, you know, he's not gonna forget that, especially if you attack him, you know, what he deems as personal, where you're basically saying he's not good. You know, it's like, why did you give him that extra? Like, I get it. Like, they shouldn't need extra motive, but we all know that if somebody says something bad about you, regardless if you think it's true or you care or not, you next time you see that person, you're kind of like, I'm gonna do this better today. You know,
right?
You know, just because you're like, I'm gonna show this guy that I'm better than this. You know, it's I just don't get it. It's just been driving me batty lately, and it's apparently not gonna stop. Apparently, it's the new thing, you know, to do in the sporting world, especially football lately. So, you know, Le'Veon Bell's supposed to come back to the team this week, and, you know, that's going to be an interesting thing, and how many players and whatever are going to speak out about that when he comes back. It's going to be interesting to see there. You know, it drives me nuts that they do it. Just accept him back in, say what you need to say in the locker room, keep it quiet. But I guess I'm an old school guy.
Like, how do you do that, though? That's the thing I want to know. Like, with Le'Veon Bell, when if he does come back this week, like, I want to be a fly on the wall and hear, like, Le'Veon Bell, like, talk to, like, his people, you know? Because, I mean, his offensive linemen have already said, hey, F this guy. You know, his entire team, like, I mean, everybody in the media has pretty much said, hey, F this guy. The media in Pittsburgh's like, Le'Veon who? Check out Connor. Look at what Connor's doing. Yeah, I mean, and Le'Veon Bell's going to come back. I mean, obviously the guy's, like, fantastic, whatever, you know? But
Connor puts up bigger sets than Le'Veon has the last couple years. So it's almost... You know, they don't need Le'Veon Bell right now, unless Connor gets hurt. Then it's going to be obvious on that. But, I mean, can you imagine? That's what's going to be interesting is Le'Veon Bell's going to walk in, right, and be like, I'm the man again, you know?
Right.
And forget it. But, so how are the players going to react? That's one angle. How are the coaches going to react? Like, you can't put him back in as a starting lineup guy, like, week one, right? You got to put Connor in there. How's that going to work with Bell's attitude and everything? You know, and all that. I mean, I was reading earlier that there's a possibility that they're saying if he reports, they'll just make him inactive until they need him, because he's just going to cause all this extra stuff on the sideline. Because if he's not in there on 4th and 1 late in the game because Connor's playing so well, you know, what's that going to do to the, you know, whatever in the locker room and everything? So, I know, I just don't. It's just driving me nuts, man.
And
it's like,
outside of that, we got to think about the fantasy owners, right?
No,
you want that guy you're playing to put Le'Veon Bell in their first week because you know he's not going to get the reps. You're like, yeah, man, start Le'Veon Bell. Speaking of getting reps, picked up Dez Bryant yesterday on waivers. Dez Bryant now a New Orleans Saints. So the Saints, after beating my top team last week, my power ranking top team, the Rams, just got better after they propelled themselves to the P1 status on Jason's power ranking list
that nobody has seen.
Yeah, nobody's seen.
And you just made up on the spot?
Yeah, I just made up. I actually took a list from somebody on ESPN. I was like, you know what? That's a good list. I like your list. Your list, we'll work it.
Did you see? So I didn't watch a ton of that game last night because it was a blowout, and I was watching that USL Cup. But I'm assuming, Antonio Brown did play last night, right?
Antonio Brown played. Caught a 53-yard touchdown. Big bid, man. I got him starting in one of my leagues that I'm not doing too hot in, but 50 points for me.
And he took a nasty right shoulder from Eric Reed. Eric Reed is apparently protesting Ben Roethlisberger here.
He's protesting the white quarterback because he's a black quarterback.
He took and my favorite part is after the game, he's like, "What? I'm not allowed to hit people?" He was a runner. It's like you viciously went after his head with your shoulder while he was sliding. He's like, he needs to slide sooner. It wasn't like he was going down. He was on the ground, like sliding when you came running through, Eric Reed.
How weird is it, to see Dez Bryant over there in Saints gear, though? Yeah, I see you got that pulled up on your
computer. It's like,
I mean, once you throw the uniform on, you throw it on, but like the locker room stuff,
Yeah. Because like I say, in the locker room, it ain't gonna. It's not like how I always say LeBron doesn't look right in Lakers colors.
Yeah.
With that jersey on. Yeah, it's different for football because once you have the helmet on,
you're
you can't
covered,
see
like, you can't see
anything
anything.
else. Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, looking at it with that hoodie on, right, or that.
What I thought was so weird about practice yesterday, they're like showing pictures, like he got a little hood in the offseason. He's wearing this like panty on his head. I've never seen Des Bryant rock like the do-rag panty on his head.
He's got a lot of powder substance in his locker there. Look at that.
Is that his locker? Already, what's that? You got the Gatorade, you got Foot Bond, you got the Bear Bond, you got the protein, you got the pre-workout. Yeah, just doing his thing.
Yeah, whatever it takes to go. So
Whatever it takes to get the edge.
They're saying that it's up to Peyton if he plays this week or not. But that offense is not easy to learn. There's a lot of misdirection and a lot of things. But it's also an offense that relies on receivers when they're not getting the ball to play hard and still block and stuff. So that's what's going to be interesting is his head going to be on straight here where he knows the ball's not coming to him because it's a quick slant or whatever, and he's got to go out there and block a guy because that offense, a guy could catch the ball on the right side of the field and be on the left side of the field in 2 seconds, running down the field, and if you're not holding your block.
You got Speedy Thomas, you got Speedy Kamara. It's going to be interesting. That team, Dez isn't turning like a page for that team. That team's already good. Dez is there to help him out, and that's a good guy to call in, to come help out your team for the Super Bowl push.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever. Well, I guess we'll see. But it's a good football move. It's just you got all the outside of football stuff you got to worry about. Like if he only gets 2 balls thrown his way his first game, what's the post conference?
3 years ago, he signed a contract for $50 million. 5 years, $50 million. Didn't get the whole contract. He is playing for another big payday, and he has 8 games to prove it? 9 games. Well, counting playoffs, he's got some games. He's got to prove it.
Des Bryant says he does not feel like he has something to prove after the way things ended in Dallas, which is wrong because he would have taken a job earlier if that was the case.
Well, November 29th, I believe that is the big game that's going to be happening in Dallas too
on Thursday night.
Thursday night football. So, guess what we might be doing? So the week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no. So the Cowboys play 2 Thursday games in a row.
Yeah, they always do that Thanksgiving Day Thursday night game too for some reason. So
yeah, it's interesting. But yeah,
I don't know how they got that somehow worked out in the contract. I guess how it's happened when Jerry Jones kind of partially owns it.
Right. The only reason that game is even semi-exciting is just because Dez returns to Dallas. That's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a 70-point blowout.
Probably. That's usually what happens when the Saints come to Dallas. It doesn't end pretty. It does not end pretty. Anyways, we got some college football going on this weekend. One top 25 team went down already this weekend. Wake Forest came back and beat NC State last night. Heck of a comeback for Wake Forest. I went to bed and Wake Forest was down by a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I was kind of shocked to see that score this morning, but we do have a couple of big top 25 games starting off in the Big Ten tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Michigan State, they break, like ESPN or AP ranked them 18 just for to try to get ratings for this Ohio State game, right? Because a 6-3 Michigan State team is going to get blown out by a number 10, 1-loss Ohio State team, correct?
Wait, what? Repeat that?
Michigan State is ranked 18.
Yeah.
3 losses on the year.
Yeah.
Ohio State's ranked number 10. They literally put Michigan State at 18 just to get ratings, correct?
Exactly. Well, no, not ratings. It's even worse than that.
Well, to make it feel like a big game.
Yeah, well, no, they want to make it a big game because this is the push that they do, right? So when Ohio State wins this game, because they're probably going to, when Ohio State wins this game, now they're going to be like, oh, but we beat number 18 Michigan State.
That's what I'm saying. It looks a lot better to say we beat 18 Michigan State as opposed to a unranked Michigan State.
So at the end of the year, when they beat Michigan, they're going to be like, we deserve to be in there. Ohio State. That's what they're doing here.
Yeah, so,
it's just like when LSU was 3 when going up against Alabama. We all knew why LSU was 3 and not Michigan wasn't in there was because of what was coming down the pipeline.
Poor Eddie. Poor Eddie-O. Praying for you, buddy.
So, what do you got in that game?
Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't. Man, we saw Michigan State here, which a lot of Big Ten teams lose here in the desert in early September for many reasons. But man, they haven't looked good a couple times this year now. So yeah, I agree. I mean, Ohio State's going to win that game, and not only that, I said it last week with the Michigan one, where like the Big Ten's not letting Michigan lose until they face Ohio State. I feel the same way. Ohio State's going to keep winning until that Michigan game, and then it'll be whatever. So.
We have number 20 for Auburn, 6-3 Auburn taking on number 5 Georgia in Georgia. No way in hell the Bulldogs lose this game, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, especially at home. Is that a night game? Do they bump that up? I know there's a limited amount of night games, so I don't.
Yeah, 5 Mountain Time.
Oh yeah,
yes. ESPN, SEC at night games.
And there's some weird stat where Georgia is ridiculous on those night games. So, but yeah, no, I agree. The Bullfrogs, holy cow.
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. I don't even think it's going to be that close.
Yeah, rough. Auburn, you go down. Boston College taking on number 2 Clemson. This game's actually going to be in Boston on ABC. Big game, of the week, I guess you can say. Not too sure where game day is going to be at this week,
yeah,
but could potentially be at that game, I would imagine. But number 2 Clemson going to Boston, take on Boston College, ranked number 17. Can we see an upset?
No. That's my analysis.
All right, good analysis.
Clemson is on a roll. It's possible Clemson could be the number 1 team in the country come playoff time. They could bounce over Alabama here down the stretch, especially with the SEC title game coming up here. Because Clemson just has nobody in their way right now. So.
And Alabama just has a bunch of cupcakes right now. All they play.
Well,
I think Boston College plays it. I think Boston College keeps it tough going into the third. Then we start seeing a pull away from Clemson. But Clemson does cover this game. 20-point favorites.
Doug Flutie's still a good quarterback for BC, so he might do that. He might do that miracle play again. Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was a while ago. And then last but certainly not least, number 1 Alabama hosted Mississippi State, number 16. A lot of 3-loss teams are ranked in the teens. Since when the hell does that happen?
Because it's the Big Ten and the SEC. That's why. You got to prop up the top. See, that's what they do. If you notice, it's all the teams that Alabama and like Ohio State are playing are ranked up there. Because like I said, it just adds to the buster to give them the news to go up. So you're not seeing any team they're not playing being ranked high on there. But yeah, just Alabama's. If Alabama loses, they're losing because they decided to lose. Nobody's beating Alabama.
Well, I'm starting to see the rumblings again on Facebook. One of my friends asked, how many games would Bama win if they played an NFL schedule? I think he could sneak 1 win out. Against somebody. If you did a full 16-game schedule,
and I'll tell you why.
Sneak one out?
Well, let me. Well, first of all, I'll give you this analogy first, and then I'll talk about the Browns. But just look at the players last year that were drafted in the first round, right, in college. So just Baker Mayfield, a quarterback. Look at him coming out of college last year. His body, a picture of his body then, and then his picture of his body today. It's completely different. He's bigger, and all that stuff. Because you get the nutritionist, which they have in college, but it's a different. When you get to the pros, you're paying for a nutritionist. You're paying to work out all the time. You have more professional trainers in the pros and things like that. So that's the reason why. Just you're going against grown men against college kids. But just look at this. Look how hard it is to win in the NFL. The Browns have a bunch of players. They're not viewed as the best players, right? And the Browns would probably beat Alabama several times, if not all the time, just because of the experience, the body type. They hit harder. You see the hits in college compared to pros. They're a lot different, because the speed's faster, the guys are faster, all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of those Alabama guys are going to get, go to the pro. And a lot of those Alabama guys don't even make it in the pros because they're not good enough.
Yeah,
and they're the best in their best in college. You
want to hear a good stat? Derrick Henry is 6'3", 246 pounds. I'd never seen Monday Night Football hype up so much about Derrick Henry, 20 damn yards on 5 carries. Let's hype up how Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like me noticing because I like watched like the primetime game with the Cowboys.
We know.
But remember then, Sunday Night Football, they played Barkley. They talked about this guy's effing thighs so freaking much. Chris Collinsworth just talked about his thighs. And then Derrick Henry plays the Cowboys, and it's, Derrick Henry, this guy, 6'3", 246 pounds. And then it was Derrick Henry, 6'8", 250 pounds. Derrick Henry, 6'9", 280 pounds. Like, they just keep like, what?
You know what I was
I've never heard size about any player unless it's against the Cowboys.
You know what I would say to you, Jason, is if the Cowboys played better football, they would talk football instead of having to make up stories about people's bodies. Boom! There you go.
Boom! There you go.
No, I agree on the Derrick Henry thing. Like, that was just ridiculous. Like, even I was like, okay, guys, we get it. He's 6 foot whatever and 247. And then we heard like 4 different weights, too.
Yeah.
248, 247, 250. It's like, oh my God. But see that...
Lean 230.
But that proves my point right there. Like, he was a beast at Alabama, right? When he was there, like, he was dominating. And look at him in the pros, man. He's the atypical Iron Hayward, where Ironhead Hayward, where it's like, you need 2 yards, no problem. You need 15 yards, I'll get you 2.
I'll get you 2.
It's and that's what I mean. Like, he dominated college, and he not dominating the pros.
Well, speaking of getting 2, last week Jordan Howard got me 2 touchdowns on my fantasy team. Bears play the Lions. They're hosting them in Chicago. Kick off the NFL slate this Sunday. 6.5 points. The Bears are favorited. Who you got?
The Bears.
Big division game here. The Lions trying to bounce back. Bears have been beating the teams they were supposed to beat. Teams, though, that they are really supposed to... Well, I guess they were supposed to beat Miami. Kind of got hosed on that one, with the kick and everything. But... This one, I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I know there's all these meatball Chicago fans who are already on Twitter and Facebook saying, you know what this weekend is going to look like? It's going to look like bear weather. They're already bear weathering up in Detroit. They are I get it, they're a dome team, but this one's going to be closer than you think.
They were in Chili's last week, and every time they did something good, they were playing the theme song on the phone and singing along with it.
They were. There was fans there, so just because of that, you effing fans who want to blast bear down at Chili's while I'm trying to enjoy my fajitas, go Lions! Go Lions! I'm picking the Lions on this one.
I forgot we videoed that. I gotta put that up, but yeah, it was obnoxious. But yeah, the Lions are just no.
Well, I'm taking the Lions just because of those people at Chicago.
You do what you
Lying
do.
down. Saints at Bengals. Saints maybe does, maybe not does. Playing in Cincinnati on the road.
Cold weather
game, going to cold weather feel. So, who you liking here?
Bengals, they're winning this game. Cold weather. The Saints just came off a huge game against the Rams at home. They're going to be slower on the natural field. I don't know if Bengals have natural grass.
Yeah, they do have grass.
It's outdoors. It's going to be colder. Saints have an adjustment. Bengals are going to sneak this one out.
I think the Saints is too good to lose here. I think the Saints are going to be 8-1 after this weekend, so give me the Saints. Who dat? Ooh, this is who dat versus who day.
Oh my God.
I cannot stand either of those, right? Anyways, Falcons taking on the Browns in Cleveland. Falcons 4-4, a little momentum after beating the Redskins last week. Browns, well, we all know their story, 2-6-1. We'll see what happens. But Falcons 6-point favorites on the road.
And the Falcons just signed Bruce Irving for their defensive line that was released by the Raiders this week. Still a stud. Falcons are winning this one. I don't even know why we're discussing it.
Yep, go Falcons. You'll do it. Sorry, Brownies. I had faith so much after Hard Knocks. Anyways, Patriots taking on the Titans. Titans coming off a big win. 4-4 sounds a lot better than 3-5. How many times have we heard that on Monday night? Well, you know what doesn't sound good? Is 4-5. That's where we're going to be this week, Titans. 4-5, because Patriots are going to steamroll you, as Patriots are 6.5-point faves on the road.
You don't think Vrabel's going to get his old head coach?
No.
Yeah, no, because it doesn't happen. Patricia was like one of a few that have beaten Belichick after leaving his staff. Patriots are going to win this one. Titans, yeah.
Jaguars taking on the Colts in what is going to be some must-see TV on CBS on Sunday. Thank God, I feel bad for the people who have to watch that regionally. Both teams 3-5. 4-5 sounds a lot better than going 3-6, especially in that close AFC South. Who you liking here?
You asked me if you should pick up the Colts defense in fantasy this week, and I almost like gagged at just the thought of it.
Well, they're playing Bortles, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, and the Jaguars are not good this year. Their defense has come back. I mean, their defense, if anything, it shows their defense carried them last year, and they're not doing it this year. But Jaguars are seeing Andrew Luck's having a good season. The Colts offense is having a good season, but it's the traditional Colts where their defense is just god-awful. So Jaguars are going to win this game.
Colts 2.5-point favorites at home. I gotta take the Jaguars and follow suit with you there. All right, the hometown team coming off the bye, 2-6. Arizona Cardinals taking on the
Chiefs.
8-1. Yep, go Chiefs. All right,
let's skip that one.
We
Yeah.
discuss that one. Bills and Jets.
Really quick. On that Cardinals one, what's the spread on that? Like 17 or something?
16 and a half now.
So it
started
time,
out 17, which is the highest spread.
So here's the danger. The last time a team was not favored, they were 17-point dogs, was the Bills when they dominated earlier this year
Against the Vikings.
Yeah, so there's always a chance.
You know what? I'm changing my pick. Go Cardinals.
No, it's Chiefs are winning that game.
Rise up, Red Sea. Be Red Sea Red.
Yeah,
Together we are
which
one.
red? Yeah.
What'd the hat say we got last week? We can all do this together.
I'm not telling you to gamble your mortgage on the Chiefs on this, but if you ever wanted a sure thing in football, go Chiefs.
Bills and Jets. Wow, I feel bad for New York this week. New York Jets.
It's bad enough they have to live.
Yeah, Jets are 7-point favorites at home. They're in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I think they get this job done because Bills still don't have... Actually, heck, Jets don't even have their starting quarterback. 2 rookie quarterbacks we thought we were going to see here aren't in the game. But I'll still take the Jets, Jets.
Well, you got to take the Jets just because McCown's still a serviceable backup. He's still a good quarterback. Peterman... Buffalo has started a GoFundMe to get Peterman to retire.
And Anderson is still hanging out. I don't know. It's a weird situation.
Yeah. So, McCown is serviceable backup. He's going to go in there, wants to do a good job. He's done a good job in the past in this role. He's basically like Fitzmagic, but not as popular. Yeah, Jets are winning this one.
Redskins taking on the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Buccaneers got the Fitzmagic back this weekend. Taking on the Skins. Give me the Buccaneers just because I hate the Redskins and I hope they lose and I need them to lose.
Redskins bouncing back after a horrible game last week. And they're winning this game because the Buccaneers are not good.
Give me the 3-point favorites. Come on, Tampa Bay. Do it. Chargers taking on the Raiders in Oakland. Last time the Chargers take on the Raiders in Oakland, I believe, right? Or
we don't know where the Raiders are playing next year yet.
Oh yeah, we don't know yet because Vegas isn't ready,
and they haven't signed their 3rd-year lease yet for the Raiders. So.
Well, Chargers 10-point favorites on the road, kicking off the afternoon slate of games. They are going to win this game easily and move forward.
Chargers.
Dolphins taking on the Packers. Whew, this is
nope. Dolphins, baby.
This is
go
weird
Fins, go. Go, Fins, go!
Is that what they say? Go, Fins?
I have no idea. I just made it up.
No, I like it. But you know what? Dun, 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 dun. Go, Pack, go! That's what they do after every first down in Green Bay. And they're playing in Green Bay this week. Weather is going to be key. Dolphins don't have a chance. Give me the Packers. They go back to, well, are you really 500 if you're 4-4-1?
No, percentage-wise. I am not a math whiz, but I do believe that is you are not exactly 500 at that point.
Seahawks taking on the Rams. This is, I presume, going to be the CBS game of the week here. As this game's on CBS. Seahawks 4-4 going into to LA. Take on the Rams at 8-1. Rams coming off a loss. They are 9.5-point favorites. Rams bounce back this week and prove why they are the very best in the NFC West.
Yes, Ram. Go Rams.
Go Rams. Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 3-5. Going to Philly. Take on the 4-4 Eagles. Eagles 7-point faves.
Yeah, Eagles.
You know what? Not so fast. Not so fast, Buster. I might get the Homer stuff here. I know I'm going to hear it all day, but you know what? They talked about Monday Night Football. Even after the Cowboys lost, they were still saying how the NFC East is wide open, and it is wide open. This is the NFC East. If this was the AFC East, I'd say Eagles are going to win this easy handily. But it's the NFC East, and the NFC East is known for some weird shit. So give me the Cowboys here to beat the Eagles. They'll both be 4-5, one game behind the Redskins after the Redskins lose to the Buccaneers going into next week. Go Cowboys! Stampede!
So you're going with a national broadcast team that's broadcasting and trying to get ratings for a game, and what they're saying about how the NFC East is wide open.
Well, no.
You're going with that over watching the Cowboys suck it up.
Even after it's just the NFC East. The NFC East is always a crapshoot. There's
you have to
no
be able to
back-to-back
move the
winner of
ball
NFC
and
East.
score.
Look, all the Cowboys have to do, not run Zeke on first down. We know that's going to happen. Just don't run Zeke on first down. Air it out some.
Yeah, okay. So we're 8 games into the freaking season, and they haven't done it yet. What makes you think they're going to change it?
Because I have faith in my boys. Go Cowboys! Giants and Niners, Monday Night Football.
I think Jason just had a stroke. He's debating who's going to win this game right now.
It's in San Francisco.
Yep. We don't know who's starting yet, but it might be that kid that lit it up last time. Muthers
he's
or
pretty
whatever
good.
his name was.
Who you like?
Oh, Niners are winning this game. The Giants are just trash.
I don't know, the Giants. No. Yeah.
If it was in New York, I'd pick New York, but
Yeah, hometown. All right, well, I'll go against you here. I'll take the Giants to go 2-7. That way we just have a bundle there at the who's going to be the first draft, who's going to be the worst team.
great.
And on the bye this week are the Broncos, Vikings, Ravens, and Texans. Texans getting that bye after playing their asses off and proving you wrong. Proving you wrong, Steven.
Stupid Bill O'Brien.
But yeah, so we are getting ready to head to NASCAR. So when you're reading or listening to this, wherever you're listening to this, we'll be there all weekend. If you have anything you want, make sure you hit us up at the Main Event Pod. We'll be taking some pictures, videos, do all that stuff, and hanging out there for the race for the weekend. We actually have to run out here pretty quick because we just did get a phone call. Help is wanted for some things. So
You right?
got some guys forgot that NASCAR is a 3-day show and needs more beer. So here we go.
Did he ask for that? Because I thought we were just getting passes.
Yeah, we're just getting the passes.
Oh, okay.
No, not the beer. That was a joke.
They're out already? It's Friday.
They work at the bar.
I know.
So I would hope they're not out.
The bar's out already? It's Friday morning.
I don't think they get that cray here in Phoenix.
The help is drinking all the drinks,
all the
right?
help. Hey, what do you guys pay me with? Beer. Sweet.
So we'll see if we can survive. We have a lot of driving this weekend because we do have to work out at Arizona Speedway tomorrow night. So back and forth all weekend. But it should be a good time.
Fun. Love having fun. Love all you awesome fans for listening to us. Make sure you check us out on all of our platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, however you're listening to us. Rate us. Give us 5 stars. You know you want to. If you don't want to, do it anyways. Or else Steve will come after you. All right? You do not want Steve to come after you.
Unless you're bigger than me.
Unless you're bigger than him. That's right. Then I'll stand behind Steve and say, don't let me get him. Don't let me get him. Anyways, thanks for listening. God bless you. God bless the troops. And God bless America.